Hello and welcome to Code Hub Tutorials. Once again, we are still working on our website design course. Alright, so in this video I'm going to show you how to create some important elements of our website. We're going to create a list, we're going to create a table, we're going to create a form. Don't miss this, just watch this video, follow it keenly and you'll be able to do it. Let's do it. Right, good. Now I told you that anything that we do on websites or HTML, we do it in a tag. Alright, so if we want to create a list items, we are going to use a tag. Now we have two types of lists. We have lists that are ordered, we call them ordered lists, and then we have those that are unordered, that they are not ordered in any other order. Okay, to create an ordered list we use what? OL, that is ordered list. So we're just going to say OL right here. Now we are making use of our autocomplete. We type OL, hit enter, and then it will give us the OL. Now the OL will actually create the frame for our list. We actually now have to add the items. So if you want to create a list of fruits and vegetables, we have created a frame. We now have to add the fruits and then the vegetables. Okay, so I'm going to add some fruits. Now to do that, we're using a list item. They are list items. They are in a list, so they should be in a list items. And one thing about ordered list is that once it is ordered, we are going to move from one to the last element or the last number you add without you having to add it to it. So you are not going to be the one to say one this. No, once we add the list items, they will automatically be created. So we're going to create a list item with li. It's also a tag. Li, hit enter, and then I'll call this one, maybe you're talking about fruit, so I'll call this one banana. Okay, now this will be our first list item. We'll create another list item, so pineapple. Okay, so any item that you want to create, you need to add the li. Alright, so li orange, like that. So our server is actually working, so we'll move on to our browser to see. And now you can see that since we have the auto save, we now have it here. And then I'm going to put this side by side so that you can see whatever we're doing as they are reflecting. So I will minimize this. Okay, so I have this. I will also minimize VS Code. Alright, I want to put them side by side. I can close this for now. Okay, so whatever we do here, you're going to see it in action. So we have orange, we have pear. You can see that even though I've not added anything, you can see that it has been created. Number 4 has been created for me. So I can just add pear. You can see them in action. Alright, I can just add like that. Even if I've not added anything, it will still create the list for me. So you see that they are counting. Alright, I've not added anything, they are still counting for me. That is the power of the ordered list. Now if I also want to create a list that is not ordered, since they are not ordered, they don't have the numbers attached to it, they only have bullet tips. So I'm going to create with UL, that is on ordered list, UL, and my li will be here. So the same, you can see banana. So let me use fruit here, maybe vegetable, sorry, tomatoes. Alright, li pepper. Okay, li carrot. Oh, I've used another tag which we'll talk about it pretty soon. Li carrot. So as usual, let's do this. Li, you can see that the dot, the bullet tips will be added, though we don't have any content. So this is the difference between ordered list and then unordered list, as we have right here. Okay, so you can see that as we are typing, our work is also showing right here. Now we can also create tables inside of our website. Okay, we can create tables. And how do we create it? We create them with what? The table tag. So we call the table like this. Okay, see that now we're working actually very faster than before because of the extension that we are actually using. So with a table, we have also created the frame of the table. We need to now create the headings of the table. Yes, so to do that, we're going to create a table head, which is we have two of them. We are just going to concentrate on the th, and then we'll move on. We'll later talk about the t head. So the t head, the th here. So let me create another th. So I'm going to write here fruit and then vegetables. So you can see that you have fruits and vegetables right here in our code. That is the header. So you can see that it is bolded. All right. So after the header, we now have to go to the content. So I'm going to talk about the table row. You know, tables are created with a grid. That is a row and then a column. So we create our table row, that is the tr first. And inside the tr, we're going to create, so it's a grid. We need to create a column. So we are going to create a column inside of it. But this time around, we call them the table data. We have the table row, and then we create the table data inside of the table row. So to create a table data, you're actually going to make it td. All right. So td, and the fruit, we have banana. All right, so we have banana right here. Okay, we'll create another td. Now let's see something. Pineapple. You see that now it has been added under vegetables. This is because we are creating a table data for one row, and one row, once the number of data we add will specify the number of columns. So we can still add another table data here and call it maybe mango. All right, so it will continue. See that it has continued like that. That is how it works. The number of data you create in a table row will actually mean the column. So here we'll add a vegetable, that is tomato, right here. Good. And then that row is full. You can now create another row to hold another data. So table data for apple, and then we create another table data for pepper. Now this is, let me maximize, and now we know how it works, so we can maximize. So this is what we have created. This is our table. Now you ask, where are the lines of the table? Now this is HTML and you're not going to see those lines, but we're actually going to create, when we reach in advanced things like CSS, other things, we'll be able to bring out the we're able to bring out the lines, you know, that form the table. So this is how we create tables. Now let's go over. First, we start with the table tag, which is the parent body, that is the frame, and then we have our table headings. So we have fruit, we have vegetables, and then we have our table row, which will contain what? Our table data. All right. Now earlier I talked about the table head. So now we don't have any header, we just have fruits and then vegetables. So we can actually create a heading or a header for our table by doing t head. So the t head is actually going to contain maybe say list, that is a topic, list of fruits and vegetables. Okay, we are going to create that. So this become the heading of our table. Then you come here with the category, the fruit, and then the vegetables that we are talking about. So we have the T head, the TH, the TR, the TD for the table data. All right, and then we also have the T fort. So we have the T fort here, that is the end of the table. So they will also come. They're supposed to where they had the end of the table. I don't know why, but it's supposed to appear below. All right, we usually don't use these things, so you can just get rid of them. The most important part is having the table TH, that is the table head, and then the TR, that is the table row, and then inside of it. So we must take note that the table data are placed, the table data is supposed to be inside the table row. Okay, they are going to create the grid. All right, now we also talk about forms, how we can create forms in a website. So as usual, our forms will be created with the form tag. Okay, good. And inside the form tag we can have the various things. So we have our label. So we can say first name is going to form under label, and then we can add our input. Now let's go to our website and see. So now we have first name here. So this is a part that I would like us to use to break the text small. So we have BR to break the text. Okay, so now we have different parts. Now we have our label for first name, and here we are going to use an input. So we're going to use an input tag. Okay, it's a self-closing. Right, now we have different types of inputs. Now let's talk about this. We have different types of inputs for various purposes. We have input for text, we have input for password, we have input for email, we have input for numbers, we have input for a lot of things, right? So these the popular ones or the common ones, we are going to use them. So there is a name, so we're going to say input type. Now a text, but we are going to talk about this in our next lesson, I guess. So we are going to leave it like that. So you see, now we have first name, and then we have an input attached to it. Okay, so it's a text, so I think let me just be quick, add up to it. So we're going to use an input type of a text. So we add a type. What type of input do we want? We want what? A text. All right, so we come to label for maybe last name, and then we can have an input. I think that is also the same thing. So input type text as well. We can have a label for my password, and then we have our input type password. Now based on the inputs you use, will show how the characters will be like. So you see that in this one, I'm just typing my name, and you can see it right here. When we get to the password, you see that they are appearing in a bullet tip. This is because of the type of password we have added. That is the type. We specify that the type should be a password, so it has to hide it. All right, so that is, we'll go through in our next video, but I wanted to show you how these things work. Good. We also have the button tag. So button tag, which we create with this button, and then we can have our text inside of it, maybe submit. All right, our button is right here, so we can now click on it. That is our button. We can now click on our button. Okay, so these are some important things that we need to know, and I'm glad that we are making progress now. We can work easily and faster than before. All right, so in our next video we talk more about the input tag and other things that we also need to know. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next video.